Good morning from Australia. I should have cleared my throat before I did this. 1 second. Good morning from Australia. Bill Quinn from Overheard Productions here. I have been watching the game, my favourite sports team in the world. Haven't I had some fun with this scarf over the years? I bought this in North London, somewhere in London in 1978, and the number of people who've come up to me and said, "Oh, I can't even think of the Spanish words. G'day in Spanish." And I get all this all the time, especially during the World Cup, of the FIFA World Cup just recently. Today is day 54 and I've been to 5 states, 2 territories, and the journey continues. However, so I get a lot from Spanish, from Spanish-speaking South Americans. It is, of course, Arsenal Football Club, the Gunners. And that's also given me great joy because I tell the story often about the bloke in a pub in Surrey Hills in Sydney back in 2018. Big bloke. And he took one look at the scarf and he said, "That's a vintage scarf. Where'd you get that?" And I said, "Oh, somewhere around Kensington Gardens, I think, in about 1978. And I heard his accent. I went, "You sound like you might be." I said, "Are you red or white?" And he flipped his arm over and he had a cannon tattooed on his arm. I shook his hand, nearly broke my hand. Big bloke, grip like a frickin', 10-foot tradie. Anyway, details. I've lost interest in the game. I won't say why, spoiler alert, but it is currently coming up to, I think it's about 6, it's 22 minutes past 6 or 38 minutes to 7 in the old money. Sun comes up at around about 7. It'll be starting to light up, I believe. It's really weird where I'm staying. Should be extremely noisy, but it's the weekend. And there's other reasons why it should be noisy, but it's not. So I'm very grateful for that. There's this troll. You don't usually get them on Blue Sky, but they do crawl out from under the fridge occasionally. And there's this anonymous fuckwit who's being an absolute dick. He's just finally found his words and reposted something that I did. And I went, "Fill your boots, mate, because guess what? My teddy bear says that you're boring as fuck, so jog on." From Darwin, from Garamilla, on the lands of the Larrakia country. I'm here because I was staying in another hotel supposedly until Tuesday, but it was airtight, the windows wouldn't open. It doesn't have one of these, which every tropical place should have. The one that when I came here to Darwin on Sunday 2 weeks ago, or 13 days ago, walked in, there were 3 of these going full bore. Doors were open. I was 14 stories up or something. Brilliant. If I had spent the money and stayed there, I wouldn't have had my lungs pack up like they did after 2 days in this airtight place. So I've come out here away from the city a bit, and things are looking up already. I've had my feet soaking in Melaleuca and Mediterranean something mustard oil. It's Mediterranean roasted mustard oil and a bit of citrus, and I'm feeling much better. So I'm going to go out, to the foreshore. I'm going to watch the sun come up, and then depending on how many sharks there are, because there was a shark on the foreshore a couple of days ago, Ted and I are going to jump in for the Cancer Council's Daffodil Dip Day.
Oh yeah, but Quinny, wasn't Daffodil Day 2 days ago?
Yeah. Fun fact, we haven't quite found the cure for cancer yet. So every fucking day is Daffodil Day. So I will see if I'm looking at you. The bear and I are going to have a bit of a day out, I believe, but we'll see. He's going to start off in this bag, which, if you know, you know, but in Australia, especially if you're a right-wing fuckwit or a Pauline Hanson One Nation supporter, or Murdoch or Stokes, Gina Reinhart, if you're all of that, that might be a bit triggering for you. Cope. That was the word that my little brother came out with. Greg died today, 28 years ago. And towards the end of it, I was very upset and whatever. And I said, "Oh, this is hard to deal with." And he just looked at me and he said, because it's his disease, for fuck's sake, he's the one dying. He just looked at me and said, "Cope." And that has been a guiding light for me. I don't always cope, but at the moment, Ted and I, well, as my doctor said, you've got some pretty good coping mechanisms. I believe so. We're going out on the streets. We'll see if we're looking at you. Bye for now.